Right then, let's head back to Relger's Reach. Jesse will want to know exactly what we've been up to. Okay. Hmm. I'm told you've been blazing a trail for us. The way I hear it, our investigation would have long since ground to a halt without you. I realize you're mostly interested in saving the world, but I want you to know how much I appreciate you helping the company out like this. Frankly, we need all the help we can get, what with our esteemed president diving headlong into the jaws of danger without a word of warning to anyone. You didn't tell her? I did, after a fashion. I'm no stranger to your lone endeavors, or... Alexa, stop. Or your habit of confusing personal and company interests. Just because you've always done things a certain way doesn't make it the right way. And until you wake up to your responsibilities, I'm going to keep reminding you of them. But such irksome matters aside, yeah, I kind of figured she'd go gaga over it. Which means he's basically part of the family, and why wouldn't he grant us exclusive rights to use his likeness? She went from adoring its looks to how can we monetize it? What in the seven hells has gotten into you? If I've caused you any distress, I apologize, but I will not have you comment on our guest's marketability. That's great. I thought you might have sent them off on another unauthorized mission. Last I heard, said they were scouring Omega Control for anything useful. Would have been a good while ago now, though. All necessary positions, the area is technically a theater of war, and one littered with unknown elegant artifacts to boot. Yeah, we need to go check up on them. Oh yeah, your co-workers just might be dead. No worries there, lady. I shall bring him back even if I have to drag him back by the goggle straps. I'll bring the airship to Gridania. Okay. To my favorite town. Okay. Dang it. Why is there a wall there? Looks like we're all here. Yep. Go on ahead to the control room. We'll follow as soon as we've moored the Excelsior. Oh, they're unconscious, and there is an animal here. Yeah. Did Omega spawn the animal to stop them, or did they accidentally do it? Well, you're all right. A monster appeared out of thin air. Targets exhibit vital signs. Mission failed. Okay, so it was made by Omega trying to kill them. However, Alpha Group members exhibit heightened levels of stress. Objective... Oh! So it tried to kill Biggs and Wedge. Affirmative. I'm able to create simple life forms instantaneously at any temporal or spatial coordinate. Ugh. I'm glad the Garleans don't have access to that kind of power, because that would literally mean they could assassinate every single head before they could react. Pose a negligible threat to you, however. They are more than sufficient to grievously wound or kill the majority of your kind. I could instigate a massacre at any time and you would be powerless to prevent it. No! My objective remains unchanged. Evolution through formidable opposition. However, in the course of seeking suitable subject, I observed an anomaly. Those whom you called heroes. History shows numerous instances of otherwise unremarkable individuals who have defeated vastly superior beings, who triumphed in the face of apparently impossible odds, who performed what are popularly termed miracles. This has occurred too frequently to be dismissed as a mere statistical aberration. Ah, Omega's looking for logic in a video game! I seek to understand this phenomenon. Should it prove to be of benefit, I will incorporate it into my own evolution. It is for this purpose that I brought you to my domain. Okay, so he's not even hiding it now? So putting on a show at the Yawn and planting Alpha in our midst was but a part of your grand plan. By your victories, you have demonstrated the self-same anomaly. You are fit to remain my subjects. You will continue participating in my experiment. Withdraw and I will commence the extermination of your kind. A threat, a declaration of war. first things first, we must tend to our friends. Yeah. So perhaps we know what happened to the Alligans then? Perhaps they also were part of this kind of test? Garland and Alpha took our 2 wounded. Chief bids me lend a hand, so I suppose I shall take myself there. Meanwhile, I'll return to Religus Ridge. Okay. I heard there was trouble. Omega loosed a fiend? Toying with people's lives like it was all a game. This is madness. What is a game to Omega? Well, I mean, I guess you could compare it to a Hunger Game of sorts, I guess? The worst is past, but they still drift in and out. I'll remain in the Conjurer's care for a time. Do is wait and pray. Should have been more mindful of the dangers. Should never have. Activate Omega, you know as well as I do that there was no other way to defeat Shinryu. But is this truly any better? All of mankind is being held to ransom, and as the one who activated Omega, I bear the responsibility. Well, he didn't say he'd kill mankind if we fail. He said he'd kill if we don't cooperate. So, mankind supposedly should be fine even if we die. Just the kind of thing the new you would say. You are deluding yourself, Garland. We are scientists, not heroes. Even you must concede your talents do not extend to combat. The old you understood this far better. He only looked forward and gave himself wholly to science. Oh. And then you changed. You styled yourself a pacifist and started spouting tripe about the proper uses of technology. 'Twas in the wake of your old man's mishap, I believe. Calm yourself. All I wish to say is, embrace who you are, a man who devotes his mind to making the impossible possible. Little prospect of restoring the stasis system. I'm afraid we have no recourse but to continue participating. Well, I mean, that was obvious. We face a legion of foes from history, both real and imagined. Though I may not be the one who charges into the fray, I shall fight beside you as best I know how. That said, it will inevitably fall to you to administer the coup de grace. Or maybe he's just being marketable. Until such time as Omega next extends us an invitation, you will find me analyzing the data. Discovered a tombstone, huh? Shall examine its contents and the information available on the terminal as I extract it. There's no telling when Omega will summon us. Okay. I assume he'll summon us after this quest or the next quest. What's this? How may I assist you? Good evening, valued employee. Thank you for your tireless efforts. Getting enough rest, eating well, blah 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 blah. But look here, well-being is our priority. Dubbed the Savage Initiative, for we must be savage on stress. For its maiden feature, we are pleased to bring you Mending Melodies. It was composed and recorded for our benefit by a minstrel of no small renown. It has been proven to possess potent healing properties and promises to promote happiness, as well as stimulate creativity. Please be forewarned, however, that prolonged exposure may overstimulate the imagination, leading to the augmentation of one's memory. Okay. Dive striving for freedom through technology. Oh! Okay. Ace, I'm glad you're here. In case you haven't heard, we've observed a huge surge of anomalous energy coming from the yawn. Ready to go ahead. Okay. Care to share your thoughts? Our colleagues on the ground have reported the appearance of mysterious floating structures inside the yawn. If you recall, we were investigating a similar anomaly when Alpha and Altiroy made their appearance. I blush to recall the eagerness with which we plunged into the abyss. A staggering collection of opponents. And should you prevail against these interdimensional champions, what then shall be your prize? Why, a battle against the most devastating weapon this world has ever seen. He says with eyes aflame. Anyway, the energy search, based on our previous experiences, seems highly probable. Yeah. Save an invitation we cannot refuse. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, let us go. Not answering any calls just yet. Okay. Receive all the support you need. I mean, Biggs and Wedge didn't exactly do much before. Would those goggles even fit? I think its eyes are bigger than the goggles. Part of the expedition team, after all. Very thoughtful of you, and there I was thinking you were just sizing them up for a new range of merchandise. She can do more than one thing at once. Yeah. I doubt even a fine uniform like ours would last long on you. Saying that, if you were in a position to provide some materials, I'm sure our artisans would happily work day and night. That's a fair point. Though the discussion of ironworks garniture undoubtedly is, might time not be better spent, say, traveling to the yawn. I agree with Narrow for once. There. Wasn't this just a pond before? Did it change? How inviting. Of course. A duty first. Why would we need a duty? Right then, into the yawn. I am with you, mortals, along with what scant wisdom I can provide. Oh, it is an eye. Okay, so this is a different scape now. Well, I mean, we're still in the DELTASCAPE, but this is a different section. Seems the rift seems much as it did before. And we appear to be mercifully solid. But I do detect some changes. If I'm not mistaken, there are fewer eggs floating. Why is there a giant mask? Welcome, Alpha Group. It would seem your experiment continued in our absence. Affirmative. Progress has been satisfactory. Approximately 50% of the test subjects have been eliminated. Each test world hosts an ongoing contest wherein the strong eliminate the weak. The process is certain, conclusive, inevitable. Every result matches the predicted outcome. Every result except yours. Yup. Cause you distress, please examine them closely. Without suitable stimulation, you may not exceed your calculated probability of success. Your survival is crucial to my study. Through you, I must continue to explore the contradiction I have discovered in your otherwise impotent kind. The ability to triumph against overwhelming odds is one which I must acquire. What hast thou to show for all the years that have passed since the culmination of our war? Not save thy continued existence. Hast thou no thought for what befalleth thy home star? Your attempts to provoke me will not succeed. I will follow my programming. Fight, win, evolve. Then I will return to... Return to what? Error. Accurate rendering of planetary label impossible in current mode of communication. Alterations to equipment parameters detected. Recalculating projected combat capabilities. Seed Alpha Group. Okay. Oh, more of this crap! Ah! Omega, just let me fight. Why does it have playing cards and how can it hold them? How did you get play a part from him holding 3 cards? Of course that's what you meant. This area onto the wrist, I suppose there's nothing to stop you from joining us. Alpha, stop twerking. Watch our step, though, eh? Yep. I'm dead. Been a poor welcome thus far. They're not here. Oh, it's just me and Alpha here. We have to find them. Fight on, mortal. La 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 la. What? What the heck did it just do? It played a card and it got rid of all the terminals? Is it Yugimoto? Was I not believing in the heart of the cards? This is one of those moments where you're supposed to look before you leap. Okay, what's your latest creation? I hate to break it to you, dude, but you had that back at the Praetorium. Okay, so it is the Mark 48 iron arrow. No. 47. No, 48. Because X is behind L, so that's 40, plus 5, and then plus 3, so yeah. The Mark 48. Complete with the new and improved mighty Mjolnir gunhammer. Why don't I get one? Also, weren't you saying, like, probably an hour ago time-wise, that you and Garland have no idea on how to fight? Oh, more of those stupid monitors. Oh, we're in the Sigmascape? I thought we were still in the DELTASCAPE. Maybe those logs or whatever are the extreme difficulty? Tedious barriers are behind us. Ha ha! I've had enough of your games. Ba-da-da. I'm out of water. Seriously, why is that giant mask there? That is so creepy. Seems to be the end of them. As far as operational duration goes, that was pushing the limit. Still, it should suffice. So basically, your armor is as effective as you are at fighting. In between scrambling to stay out of the way of Nero's new toy, I found myself wondering about that card you used, Alpha. He boasteth that it is but one of many tools at his disposal. Be not deceived by his appearance. Like all of Omega's creations, Alpha was chosen for his prowess in battle. Analysis complete. Seriously, are we going to end up fighting Phantom of the Opera? Because this is just annoying at this point. What is that mask? Revised projections. At this rate of improvement, you will fail to qualify as subjects of note. Ooh. Thou yet believe me the mighty worm I was in life? That incarnation perished long ago. My fate was sealed the moment I delivered my spawn unto this far-flung star. That they might be suffered to remain, I did offer up my life unto Heidelin, abiding thenceforth in spectral form, a servant to be summoned in her hour of need. Explains why I arrived on this planet only to find that my journey's purpose was lost. Of necessity, my priority shifted to repairs, even as I searched for a new target of sufficient strength. Oh, so Omega's original objective was to kill Midgardsormr? But then when he arrived, Midgardsormr was already effectively dead? Yeah, I still don't understand why you aid these creatures. I should think the reason plain, but mayhap 'tis not so for a soulless machine such as thee. By thee and thine was my home laid waste. The sound of thee, thy very scent, visiteth upon me a tempest of rage. I but lend these mortals what little aid I can render. If your purpose is to facilitate my destruction, it would require an entity more powerful than you were at your prime. Without the means to muster such might, your presence here is meaningless. The experiment continues. Alpha Group, your next opponent awaits you within the Sigmascape. Enter and commence. Okay. That should do it, our new base of operations. Now what I'd really like to do is delve a little deeper into Omega's past. As our dragon's friend seems disinclined to indulge my curiosity, we had best focus on the task at hand. Yeah. Sid is ready to discuss your foray. Aha! Before you cross the threshold, we should take a moment to discuss where we stand. That is the test world you need to conquer, the Sigmascape. The giant egg with the mask, that's the Sigmascape? Castle was certainly a surprise, but this is verging on disturbing. Verging, Narrow? And we currently have no idea what it might signify. The problem being that without a reference point from within the Sigmascape to start from, we'll have no way of knowing if we're even analyzing the correct data. You'll just have to go in blind, hardly the best way to enter into a fight, but needs must and all that. We seem to be fine out here, but Ace will need your authorization if he's to do battle inside the test world. What's about you, Sadie? Your next opponent could be almost anything. Oh, that makes me wonder! Is it possible we'll fight a remade version of Midgardsormr? I believe it's here. Sigmascape. Okay. So now, there's just gotta kill time for the queue. Alright, are there any new, magic spoilers? While we wait, let's just take a look. Okay. So, Vile Spawn Spider. 2/3 reach, beginning of your upkeep mill a card. 4 mana, tap sack. Create a 1/1 insect token for each creature in your grave. I mean, it's a 2/3 for a green and blue with reach. The upkeep mill would definitely be good for something like Muldrotha. But... And then Ulvenwald Oddity. So it's a 4 mana 4/4 trample haste. And you throw another 7 mana into it, so effectively 11 mana. It becomes an 8/8 trample haste, and other creatures you control get 1/1 trample and haste. Normally I'd say that wouldn't be worth it, but the haste part is probably worth the transformation. Whether or not the base 4/4 would be good... I mean, this is definitely not going to be standard good, but for commander good, it could definitely see play. I'm just not sure. Brinecomer. Whenever Brinecomer enters the battlefield, it becomes the target of an aura spell. Create a 1/1 white spirit. Okay, so it's just that effect on an enchantment for the disturb. Twin Blade Geist, double strike. Enchanted creature has double strike. Okay. What is with these low-res pictures? Paladina Sigardiana. So it's a Sigardian Paladin. As long as you put 1 or more counters onto a creature this turn, Sigardian Paladin has trample and lifelink. Target creature you control with a 1/1 counter gains trample and lifelink. Ah! So, like, even... So, yeah. Even if you put the counter onto Sigardian Paladin itself, it'll have trample and lifelink. And then if you do put a 1/1 counter on it, then in the future, even if you don't have a way to give it a 1/1 counter for that turn, you can still pay to give it trample and lifelink. I don't know, that might be a good staple for 1/1 counter decks. Dread Feast Demon. Game your end step, sacrifice a non-demon. If you do create a token, it's a copy of Dread Feast Demon. Okay. Cloaked Cadet. 2/4 training. Okay. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on 1 or more humans, control draw a card. Triggers once each turn. That's probably not going to see play. First off, it's 5 mana. It has no immediate effect for 5 mana. It's a 2/4 for 5 mana. And it has training, so it can get a 1/1 counter. So it has a means of getting the card draw by itself. But eventually, it's going to be your strongest creature, and thus it wouldn't gain you the cards. Which either it would be a target because it's a draw engine, or it'd be a target because it's a giant creature. So it's slow, not very big to begin with. Doesn't draw you that enough, in my opinion. I'd say if it had a twice per turn limit, that would probably be good enough. But I'm just not convinced on that. Spiff would be so mad if he saw a kettle without any tea in it. Well, I suppose more like water, because then he couldn't make tea. Pretty sure a kettle is more for boiling water anyways. You pour the boiling water and then you put the tea back in. I've never had Spiff's version of tea, so... And I'm level 78 before I'm even out of Stormblood content. So what I'm probably going to do is I'll just finish leveling since I have less than 2 bars of experience to go. And I'll then try and power level my Gunbreaker to 70 and do whatever the next expansion quest is with Gunbreaker. Why are we on a train? This came out before Mugen Train, so I know this isn't Demon Slayer. Locate. Wait, what? I'm fighting a train? Okay. Oh! Run away! Ah! Why is there a sentient train? Is it following me? Okay, I haven't seen that one before. So it's a linear one. Brotherhood damage. Dealt increased meditative. Okay. Okay, there be ghosts. Some people were abducted. Okay. Whoa! Wait, what? Oh! So now we're on top of the sentient train. Ah! Throttle. Windpipe is crushed. KO is imminent? They all got hit, so I'm guessing I should too? Okay. Oh! Ethereal stream. Okay, so if you get hit by a ghost, you just kill one, then come back. But that was a very weird fight. Oh, I received a commendation. Nice. I wonder if it was from the person I rezzed. A haunted shrine? Travel from afar. Thank you for Doma? What? Ironically, I feel like my character is more expressive only having the one eye that's visible. Good, you're fast on your feet. When I first saw you'd be facing a train of all things, I assumed I was hallucinating. Yeah, I was taken off too. That fight, like, the whole premise of fighting bosses kind of went off the rails there. But with the oddness behind us, we can be fully certain we have the right set of data on the Sigmascape. From what we've been able to determine, this is a recreation of a devastated world. Unfortunately, we have not found any clues as to its origin. We came across several familiar terms, Doma included. but the arc of history is inconsistent with our own. Given that Omega draws from realms which could be fictional or even other dimensional, we can only guess at the source upon which the Sigmascape is based. But if it was fictional, it seems safe to assume that the author had a bad experience with a train. But I was thinking, those ghosts did not look Doman to me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get something to eat, so I'll call it here for now.